Hi, everybody. My name's Lane Zieben. My partner, Aaron Taylor, will join me in just a moment. Last week was hectic for head coach Matt Wells in this Utah State football program. Starting quarterback Chucky Keaton went down with a lower leg injury.
Keaton came into the game against BYU second in the country in touchdown passes, but on this third down play, keep an eye on Keaton's left knee. The sold-out crowd went silent. Keaton down in pain. He tore his ACL and his MCL. The heart and soul of the Aggies is now staring at an 8-month recovery. So Keaton took to Twitter later that night. I want to thank everyone for their support. Small setback, but nothing will get in the way of this team prospering.
Hi, everybody, and welcome up to the broadcast booth here at AT&T Park. I'm Lane Zieben, joined by former All-Pac-10 quarterback at the University of Washington, Brock Huard. Both these squads had mediocre seasons leading into 2011 and now this year, resulting in the firing of both their head coaches. Brock, how does this affect the locker room and what we expect to see out on the field today?
It's pretty remarkable, Lane. Both of these interim coaches treating this game very differently. Vic Koenig there at Illinois said, this isn't about the young kids. I'm not going to be here. I'm on my way to Chapel Hill. So from day one of bowl preparation, it was all about UCLA. Conversely, Mike Johnson, the head coach at UCLA, said, I'm treating this experience as if I were going to be here the next 4 years for the program. We got all the young kids, all the practice, all the scrimmaging, a much more conventional route. Well, we'll see which philosophy pays dividends this afternoon.
But there are some bright spots for both of these squads. First, for the Fighting Illini, they have the Ted Hendricks Award winner at the defensive end position, Whitney Merciless.
Whitney Merciless has been special.
So the real question is, who will start at quarterback for the Utah State Aggies? It's the junior Craig Harrison or the freshman Daryl Garrettson. I welcome my partner, Aaron Taylor, to the broadcast booth. Aaron, what does Utah State have to do to stay in contention the rest of the season, and what does this do for the Mountain West Conference?
Well, this thing could blow up wide open because the reality is the key to tonight's game is winning, because the winner of tonight's game is going to be in control of their own destiny for the Mountain West Conference. For Boise State, they particularly need a win, Lane, because they already have one loss against Fresno State. And if they lose and the Aggies win, the Aggies will enjoy a 2-game lead and the tiebreaker, which would certainly serve them well down the stretch.
So there are a couple players that will have to take over in the absence of Chucky Keaton, and we take a look at them on our Geico difference makers.
Yeah, anytime you lose a player like Chucky Keaton, you need your other players to step up. Joey DiMartino and that offensive line has to carry the burden of that load, because whoever starts at quarterback is going to need some help in the run game. And on the other side of the ball, Kyle Fackrell, number 9, is a difference maker. He has made his presence felt. He's going to need to continue to do that tonight if the Aggies are going to win.
In his engine, and you will see it today both versus the run and the pass.
Number 85, somebody to look for the Fighting Illini. But on the other side of the ball for the UCLA Bruins, Jonathan Franklin, who's really been their bright spot.
A model of consistency, over 10 100-yard games.
It's the complete opposite for the Boise State Broncos. Joe Southwick and Chris Peterson really have this offense chugging. 51 points per game over their last 4 games. We take a look at why this offense is so stout with our LGI vision.
Well, one of the things that they do so well is they make you play disciplined football. Keep your eye here. They use tempo. So against Southern Miss, there was a defensive lineman running over late. What's Boise State do? They're going to run where you ain't. You have to make sure that you have your alignment and your assignment right, or Boise State will make you pay. They will also formationally you. So you have to use tremendous eye discipline. Look, they got offensive linemen lined up at the line of scrimmage. The safety comes over, he's cheating in the backfield, thinking it's going to be a bubble screen, which allows Geraldo Boldevine to get behind the deepest and score a 42-yard touchdown. When it comes to Boise, it's all about alignment and assignment.
Aaron, it's been 12 years since Boise State lost a game in the month of October, but Utah State hasn't lost a conference home game yet. Who will crack first when we return?
Hi, everybody. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. I'm Lane Zieben, joined by Eric Weiss for the call. Here at Red and Charlene McCombs Field, the Texas Longhorns, in a must-win situation, need to really stand behind their pitcher, Blair Luna, who's going to go in the circle for them today.
The righty ace comes in with a 27-5 record, a 1.31 ERA. She's got 15 shutouts this season. That's first in the NCAA. And you can't forget about her 294 strikeouts just to 74 walks.
And on the other side, Whitney Canyon, who's a southpaw for this Baylor Bear team, is really their star pitcher.
Whitney Canyon's comeback for Baylor. She's helped them to a 4th spot in the Big 12. She has a 1.29 ERA. That's good for 19th in the country. And last weekend, she went back-to-back versus Nebraska, getting both wins.
Two of the best pitchers in the Big 12 going at it for the second time. This is the second game of a home-and-home series between the two Big 12 rivals. Texas trying to become a host site for the second season in a row. With a win here today, they would all but clinch that. And when we come back, a further look in depth at these two teams with starting lineups.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome down courtside here at Gregory Gymnasium. I'm Lane Zieben, joined by Eric Weiss for the call. The Texas Longhorns looking to push a 15-match winning streak to 16. It all started back in the middle of October behind Julianne Fawcett. She has stampeded her way to the top of the statistical categories for the Texas Longhorns.
It's not been just this season, Lane. It's been her journey throughout here at the 40 Acres. In 07 as a freshman, she was an AVCA Freshman of the Year. 08 as a sophomore, suffered a slump. Then comes in to her junior year, makes it to the championship match, also an All-American. And now this year, she's been very dominant for the Horns, looking to finish it off. Statistically, she's led or tied the team in kills in half of the games this season, and leads the team in kills per set with 3.87.
But for the UCLA Bruins, they have a power weapon of their own. It's Dicey McGraw, another senior who's been on the Bruins campus for 4 years. She had 22 kills last night in that stellar comeback performance against American in the first round.
Dicey McGraw has been a key component, just as Fawcett has for the Bruins. She leads the team with 3.89 kills per set, and is also hitting a .255 this season.
The Texas Longhorns and the UCLA Bruins battle it out next here in the Lone Star State. But will it be a Bruin beatdown, or will the Longhorns two-step their way to victory and the Austin Regionals next week?
Quarterback Colt McCoy here for the Texas Longhorns. Colt, the season just ended in January with the win at the Fiesta Bowl in Arizona, and now the spring ball is about to start back up in March. How are you handling your downtime?
Oh, you know, it's fun, but, you know, I'm glad we had a big time off after the Fiesta Bowl, so we got to go home, visit our families, but we're all back together now. You know, we got a couple new guys in for the spring, so, you know, it's a new team now, so we're going to start doing the things that we did last year to get to where we were, and, you know, we're going to start that process all over again. So off-season's picking up, and, you know, we're having fun, enjoying each other, and this is the time that you build, you know, a team, so we're enjoying it right now.
The 2008 Chevy Offensive Player of the Year award was just given out to you. What was the experience like out there on the court?
Well, it's nice. It's nice when everybody cheers you on. It's definitely better than booze or anything like that. So it's fun. I'm you know, super excited to be a part of such a great tradition, a great program like Texas, and proud to have one more year.
Cole, how often do you get out here to watch the basketball?
I try to make it as much as I can. You know, now that, you know, we're done with football, I don't come to any games during the football season, but right now that, you know, we're kind of starting to get in conference and things like that, I love to come out.
All right, Cole, thanks for your time.